TGIF, everybody. It's the Gridiron Gals. It's your girl, the NFL chick, along with my beautiful sister, Pigskin Loving Lady. What's going on, mama?
What's happening, everybody?
Last week, we did pretty good. I picked pretty much everybody with Pittsburgh, and you did all right. You picked about half of them right, but we're going to try to right the ship this time and get them all right with week 3 picks. So let's get right into it. The 49ers, Frank Gore and the 49ers play Adrian Peterson and the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm going to pick the Vikings because I think they're the better team. They have the better running back. They have the better quarterback. And they have the better defense. And they're at home. I like San Francisco to stay competitive in the game, but I'm not going to pick them to win the game.
I'm picking the Vikings as well. I like their offensive line against the 49ers defense. AP, I'm hearing stuff about his back, but they rested him this week. He didn't practice much. I think he'll be ready to go at home. So I'm going with the Vikings as well.
All right, so we are going to go to the next game, and let's pick the Falcons at the Patriots. I am going to pick New England. I think they're banged up. I think that they have a lot of issues, but I think this is the week that Bill Belichick starts to right the ship a little bit. I just can't pick against them because history just says that they're not a team that you pick against. Falcons look great right now, but I just can't find a conscious reason to pick against New England. They lost last week to the Jets, and I think they're going to rebound.
Yeah, I got to go with the Patriots as well. I just can't see them losing 2 games in a row. Not with Bill Belichick. He's going to have them ready. And although they are having some off-the-field distractions, they're a team that knows how to overlook a lot of things. And I think they were kind of embarrassed last week. I mean, their play was horrible. They did not score a rushing or passing touchdown. They have too many weapons to let that be, something that they don't rectify coming in week 3. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Patriots as well at home.
And Wes Welker probably will be back, which is a plus for them. So we'll see how, they respond if Wes Welker gets back on the field. So we got the Titans at the Jets. And I am picking the Titans. They are 0-2. They are hungry for a win. Jeff Fisher, in my opinion, is one of the great coaches right now in the NFL. And I can't see him letting this team go 0-3. I think the Jets are still feeling themselves about that win last week. They're going to get a little too excited, and I think this is the time that reality will set in and the Titans are going to beat them.
I'm going with the homeboys. I'm going to stick with the New York Jets. The Titans, to me, I know they can win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be very close. But I think the Jets have found their niche. I mean, I think I was concerned more so for their defense versus their young rookie quarterback. I'm cool with Sanchez. He's working it out. Their defense showed me last week that they can put the clamp down on people. So I'm looking for them to let the Titans wide receivers to me is not all of that. So I'm looking for the secondary for the Jets to have a big game shutting them down. That means the Titans going to have to run the ball. Yeah, he's going to get a couple yards, but I don't think it's going to be enough to win the game. So I'm going to go with the Jets at home.
That's cool. That's what's up. I mean, Chris Johnson is a beast. Let's not forget about him. He had a record game last week against the Texans. I know this is the Jets. I know it's totally different. Night and day. I know.
He's only one person.
That's true.
And
you're right.
You can't win a game.
You know what? If the Titans go 0-3, then Jeff Fisher really has a problem, and I just don't know if he can do that. But, let's see who wins that one. So we got the game of the week in the DMV, the Washington Redskins at the Detroit Lions. And I'm picking the Lions here. I am not picking the Redskins. They can't score points. They shouldn't have won last week had the Rams not fumbled inside that 5-yard line. They basically barely got off with the win. I think Detroit can put up some points. I don't know who's going to stop Calvin Johnson. They're the better team offensively as far as putting points on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Lions.
I don't even have, anything to add to that. For all the reasons you just listed, that's the reason why I'm going with the Lions as well. It's just a shame that half the DMV and half the city of Detroit, if they don't have the NFL package, won't get to see their teams play. Because I do think it's going to be a good game because they both have so much to prove right now. And I think we don't have nowhere to go but up. But I'm going to go with the Lions. They impressed me against Minnesota. They hung as long as they could, but that just showed me they were capable of putting up points. I don't know how the Redskins 9-7 loss. This is the NFL. This is not hockey. Get with it, people. I'm picking this Lions at home too.
This is where the Shanahan, Gruden, and Cowboy watch comes into play. So Redskin fans, get on that watch because if they lose, Jim Zorn is gone. Next game we got.
On Jason Campbell, but that's a whole nother story.
That's another story, another topic, another day. All right, we got the Steelers at the Bengals, and I really like this game. I think the Bengals are really excited, and I think that they're starting to get a step back. This is hard for me because I really want to pick the Bengals. And see, last week I said this exact same thing about the Bears, and I didn't pick the Bears. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Bengals this week. I don't really have a definitive reason, but I think that they came and they showed up against Green Bay last week. I know what the Steelers defense can do, but I really feel like, it's a division opponent. It can go either way, and the Bengals played extremely well last week. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Bengals because I'm still not impressed with the Steelers. Their offensive line is shaky, and they got somewhat of a running game last week, but it just doesn't faze me that well.
Yeah, I like the Bengals at home. I kept going back and forth, but I like their offense and what they showed me last week against Green Bay. I think they can put up some points. If it get into a shootout, I'll give the advantage to Ben and the Steelers, but just the advantage to home field, division rivalries. They're familiar with one another. I think Chad Ochocinco, he caught enough junk to want to try to back it up this week, so I'm going to pick the Bengals at home too.
All right. And the final game of the week that we're picking, Panthers at Cowboys. I told you, I'm not picking the Panthers until they win a game. They're going 0-3 as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they have a chance to win this game, but, Jake Delhomme is just too shady for me to pick them and feel comfortable about it. I'm not picking them. The Cowboys, I feel like they should have won last week, and they have some reasoning with that. Turnovers really cost them. They were really playing well, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick the Cowboys at home.
I like John Fox. I know Jake Delhomme I know he's playing horrible. I even called them garbage last week. But I just got to believe that eventually they just got to come around. I think the leadership of that team in that locker room, they got to be doing some talking and say, this is just not us. We're in the NFL. You know what I mean? And it's kind of hard. I'm getting some voices in the back of my head that's saying go for the Cowboys, but I'm going to pick an upset here, and I'm going with Carolina.
Good.
I'm going to give it to Carolina.
I'm glad.
Somebody got to rally the troops. You know what I mean? I just believe this is the National Football League. Nobody is supposed to not win a game. So come on, Carolina. I'm putting my faith in you. Upset the Cowboys at home in their beautiful stadium and go back to Carolina happy.
Please make me a believer because right now I am not a believer. It's just not happening with me. So that's our picks for the week, and hopefully we'll get to see how we fare next week. And come back and see us next week. Week 4 should be definitely some good games. It's the NFL. Every game is a good game. So we can only do 6 because we talk too much. Yes. So we'll be back next week to pick some more games. And enjoy your NFL weekend, everybody. Bye.
All right. Happy football viewing, people.
Happy football. Go Ravens. Go Bills.
Woo!